sports.
We are the Force. We are the Force.
For 9 seasons, Carl Crawford was the face of the franchise in Tampa Bay. Carl wowed Rays fans with his amazing talents at the plate, on the base paths, and in the outfield. Tonight, Crawford returns to Tropicana Field for the first time in an opposing team's jersey, the arch-rival Red Sox. Tonight at Tropicana Field, the Rays began a 6-game homestand. It's the first game of a 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox. That means that for the very first time, the former Ray, Carl Crawford, appears at Tropicana Field in a Boston uniform. It also means that the Rays are facing a red-hot baseball team, the Boston Red Sox, in first in the AL East by 2.5 over New York and 4.5 in front of the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Statz. Great to have you with us. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis throughout the evening. What this also means is that the Rays are going to face the league's best hitter in Adrian Gonzalez. The Red Sox have won 9 in a row. He's driven in runs in 9 straight games.
Red hot. Adrian, this team comes in red hot. This guy's tearing the cover off the ball. On April 15th, he was hitting 244, off to a slow start. What's wrong with Adrian Gonzalez? Absolutely nothing. He's hit 360 since then. You see what he's leading the league in. You talk about those runs driven in the last 9 games. What makes him so dangerous is he hits lefties, he hits righties, he sprays the ball to all fields with power. I mean, this guy has great hands, great plate discipline, and he just does a good job of spraying the ball around. Also, how about this? What a defender. 573 total chances down to first base, 0 errors.
And I'll tell you one more thing, Brian Anderson. The Rays' strength is starting pitching, and they're going to have the workhorse on the mound tonight, James Shields.
Yeah, nice to see James Shields in his last start out in Anaheim really bounce back. You know, he was coming off that start in Seattle. He gave up 4 home runs in 4 innings. But you see, he's been able to pitch 7+, 11 to the 13 starts. He did that in his last start. The Seattle start, not a lot of extension. He was having trouble getting out in front with his pitches and finishing them. Consequently, the ball was staying up. It was flat. It was hittable. Anaheim got deep again. He got out in front, had that good depth on his pitches. A nice outing coming into this one.
And here's the pitching matchup tonight. James Shields on the hill looking for win number 6, making his 14th start. Tim Wakefield, who's been in the bullpen and in the rotation, tonight will make his 7th start of the season for the Boston Red Sox. When we return, just moments away from the first pitch, but first a closer look at the return of Carl Crawford.
Tropicana Field, robbing opposing hitters of multiple base hits. Carl Crawford returns as a member of the Boston Red Sox tonight for the first time here in St. Petersburg. About half the fans I've seen with Crawford jerseys are wearing Rays Crawford jerseys. The other half wearing Red Sox Crawford jerseys. You just saw a fan there with the All-Star jersey. Big night in Carl Crawford's return, and why not? I mean, here's a guy who's played over 1,200 games in his career as a Ray, over 600 of those here at Tropicana Field, hit almost 300, hits almost 1,500, steals over 400, no one even close there, RBIs, doubles, triples, all-time career leader in all those categories. At this point, he is the greatest Ray of all time. We caught up with Carl before the game and asked him about returning in a uniform other than the Rays.
You know, it's a little different, a little weird coming in with the Boston uniform on, but just something I got to get used to, I guess.
What was that adjustment period? Because here you are, 65 games in. Was it tough getting used to that new team and that new city?
Yeah, it was an adjustment for me, moving to a new team and a new city. It was definitely a little bit harder than what I expected, but, things are starting to get a little better.
What do you think the reaction might be tonight? All those years, all the time you put in here with the Rays.
I don't know. I hope it's a good reaction. I think, the first reaction will probably be a good one. Then as the game started, it's probably not going to be so good.
When you look back on your time, I'll go back to your high school days, Jefferson Davis. Their football program wasn't very good until you got there. You turned them around. Similar to here with the Rays. Making the playoffs, obviously, is your goal again with Boston, but will it ever quite be the same as what you were able to accomplish with this team, turning a franchise around?
That's special because, you so many years into doing that, so that's always going to be different from my situation with Boston. They've been a franchise that's always won and stuff like that, so what I did with Tampa was always going to be different from what I'm doing in Boston because you put so much hard sweat and tears to get to that point that you got with the Rays.
It's been, I know you've already played them in spring training, but being around the city the last couple of days, have you started to think about tonight and getting ready for tonight? Just being around the city brought back a lot of memories. Had a lot of fun. Had a chance to see a few friends and stuff like that. So it was nice to be back in the city after being gone for so long. There will always be a special place in the Rays organization and their fans' hearts for Carl Crawford. And tonight, he plays as a member of the Boston Red Sox for the first time at Tropicana Field. We're ready for baseball, less than 2 minutes away from the first pitch. Dwayne Stats, Brian Anderson, all the action of the Rays and the Sox in high definition coming up next.
Moments away, the Rays and the Red Sox. The Rays have won 5 of their last 7. And the Boston lineup features Jacoby Ellsbury in center field, Pedroia, and then Gonzalez 2 and 3. Kevin Youkilis, the cleanup hitter. David Ortiz, the DH. Carl Crawford in left, hitting 6th. Jared Santalamacchia catches. J.D. Drew hits 8th. Marco Scutaro, the shortstop, will bat 9th. And on the hill, James Shields, all set to go to work. Boston in, riding a 9-game winning streak and leading the East. First pitch is a fastball away. So we are underway here at 11 minutes past 7 o'clock.
You see the numbers on Shields for the season.
2-0 the count. Shields making his 14th start. He has completed 3 games and he promptly falls behind. 3 balls, no strikes here to Jacoby Ellsbury.
Well, this will be his 17th start against Boston in his career. 5-9 with a 5.17, but he has thrown the ball well at it against him here at the Trop.
There's a strike. Ellsbury, like the rest of the Red Sox lineup, has been hot. He's in here with a 10-game hitting streak. Fresh off a Player of the Week award in the American League, and there's ball 4. Ellsbury's aboard.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up behind Shields tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Justin Ruggiano, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce across the infield, third to first. Evan Longoria, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman, John Jaso behind the plate. Tonight's Ray defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Now Dustin Pedroia. Boston at 39 and 26. There's a strike. Both these clubs, as you know, got off to slow starts this year, but have recovered. And they're running 1-2-3. Boston, New York, and then the Rays in the AL East.
Well, this is where James Shields, who's done a great job of controlling the running game, is really going to have to pay attention to Jacoby Ellsbury over there.
And the bunt popped up. Shields will make the catch, and back in to first base goes Ellsbury.
Now, right there, Terry Francona trying to put a little action on for the Boston offense, figuring runs going to be tough to come by with James Shields, and knowing that Shields is so good at controlling the running game with the 7 pickoffs. And here Pedroia pops the bunt up.
I tell you, that shows a lot of respect for the Rays starting pitching, because Francona's team has just scored runs as if they can just print them with their own printing press.
Well, the last 2 games, 30 runs on 35 hits up in Toronto against the Blue Jays. I mean, a couple of games scored touchdowns with some extra points. The other time they're going for 2.
They've scored 350 runs, leading the major leagues in that department. And here's one of the reasons why. Adrian Gonzalez, a move to first. Ellsbury is back in.
And going back to Francona with the bunt, I think any other starting pitcher, and they send Ellsbury. You see right there, and that's why. 24 stolen bases, leads the American League, but Shields so quick and good at controlling the running game, elects to go with the bunt, it backfires.
Rays with the shift on for Gonzalez, and he takes a fastball for a strike. Gonzalez has settled in a Boston uniform, leading the league with an average of 341. He has 60 runs batted in, 22 doubles. He leads the league in all of those departments. Pitch down, 1-1, a curveball that time to Gonzalez.
Well, that's the key. When you're facing a hitter like Adrian Gonzalez, especially a guy who will hit the ball all over the place. Typically when he goes to the left side, it's in the air, but you've got to mix your patterns. Curveballs, changeups, fastballs to both sides. Cannot be predictable.
The 1-1. Ground ball to first. It gets past Kochman and Zobrist into right. Over to third goes Ellsbury. A base hit for Gonzalez. So Gonzalez comes up with a base hit his first time up. The league-leading 92nd hit.
Well, here's the pitch. It was a cutter in, but Gonzalez does a nice job of pulling his hands through. And with Kochman holding the runner on, that ball got blistered to get by Casey down there at first. And then from the diving Ben Zobrist, and the Red Sox already have a scoring threat.
This is exactly what the Red Sox have been doing almost in every inning during the life of their 9-game winning streak. They're putting pressure on the opposing pitcher and the defense. Now Kevin Youkilis. First pitch is a strike, a fastball.
Well, that's what I thought coming into this game. The key for James Shields was to keep Ellsbury, Pedroia, the two rats at the top of that order that caused trouble, keep them off base so that when you did come down through the middle of the lineup, there was nobody to drive in. The leadoff walk has put him in a tough spot here.
Over to first, and Gonzalez back in standing up. As we know, Shields can be quick on that move over there.
And you know, sometimes the easiest guy to pick off is your 3 or 4 hole hitter, because you see right there, Adrian Gonzalez was standing flat-footed, hands on his knees, because he knows, hey, I'm not running. James Shields knows I'm not running. They get lazy over there mentally, and sometimes you can get them.
A little low. 1-1 to count now to the Boston third baseman. So Shields with 7 pickoffs, leading the league, and you look at Anderson and Danks, the left-handers, with 5. Shields, the righty, with 7.
I think he's got one at every base, too.
Well, the pickoff at third base is really amazing, something that you don't see every day, and he took care of that in the Cleveland series. But as Drupal Cabrera tripled off him, and then he picked him off.
Again, anything needs to be said. If you see the reaction like that, it does not feel good.
Fastball up a bit. Pretty close.
Oh, that was a good pitch there. James Shields elects to go with the front door cutter. Start it in off the plate and then break it right to the corner. Does not get the call. Boy, that's a good pitch.
He had the strike zone according to Fox Track. 2-2, and it's rolled foul off the facing of the Rays dugout.
They tried to come right back with it. Boy, that's a tough pitch for a hitter to stay on, because out of the hand, you see the velocity on it, 90 miles an hour. It looks hard. It looks like a fastball coming in. You give up on it, and then that little cut action at the end takes it over the inside corner.
Swing and a miss. Youkilis missed the changeup. 2 gone.
Well, James Shields, once he got to 2 strikes, this is exactly what he's going for. Need the strikeout, runner on third, less than 2, ground ball double play or the punch out, and he throws the good changeup, working its way down and in. That's what makes that pitch so effective. He will throw it to both sides, to the righties and lefties.
Yeah, and the excellence of that pitch judged by the distance by which Youkilis missed that ball.
Yeah.
That ball completely disappeared on him.
Well, he had been, last couple of pitches were the cutter in. Didn't want to get beat in there again. Committed too early, and you're right, Dwayne, missed it by a ton.
There's David Ortiz. Pitch outside. Tried to start him with a breaking ball. Ortiz having a great year, 4th in the league in hitting and 4th in home runs, in the top 10 in runs batted in. Takes a pitch in. It's 2-0. Ortiz, a lifetime .364 hitter against Shields, is the home run list. Batista with 21, and Ortiz 4th, tied with Carlos Quentin of the White Sox with 17. 2-0. Upstairs, and the count is 3-0. Walk to Ellsbury. 1 out single by Gonzalez into right. Sent Ellsbury to third. And Euclid struck out. It's Carl Crawford on deck, facing the potential being up there with the bases loaded. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Ball 4. Reception mixed, but the applause will win out his first time up.
How about the situation he finds himself in? First game back at Tropicana Field as a visitor. First inning.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. So it's Shields against his former teammate Carl Crawford. And the pitch is a strike. On the inside part of the plate. Crawford got off to a slow start. Things have been better for him recently, and he has hit all over this lineup for Boston, trying to get him comfortable. That pitch is close, a fastball inside. It's 1-1. It's a very close pitch. The last offering from Shields. Ground ball chopped to first. Coxman with a toss to Shields. Crawford and the Red Sox leave him loaded. We're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. No score with the Rays coming in to hit. The largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. Tires Plus. Thinking tires, think Tires Plus. And by Sonic. Right now at Sonic, you can get your hands on 4 new premium beef hot dogs, now just $1.99 each. Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the first inning. They'll be facing the 44-year-old knuckleball pitcher Tim Wakefield, and Johnny Damon in there to lead it off. He takes the first pitch, and it's too low. Damon hitting .282. He's been on base in 38 consecutive games. That's a Rays club record. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Back 2-2. Interesting numbers on Wakefield, and that knuckleball almost makes it impossible to analyze
yes.
what he's going to do. but left-handed hitters only batting 173 off him this year. I don't know what that's about. Fly ball, lazy fly ball into left, and Crawford's there to make the catch. Quick look at the Rays lineup following Damon will be Ben Zobrist, and then Matt Joyce, Evan Longoria, Casey Kotzman, and B.J. Upton 4, 5, and 6 in front of John Jaso, Justin Ruziano, and Reed Brignac. Here is Ben Zobrist.
Yeah, Dwayne, I saw those same numbers and wondered aloud, why?
Yeah, what does that mean? I'm not sure it means anything.
I don't think that it does.
That's right. Although I checked his career numbers, and left-handed hitters have a lower average against him than right-handed hitters throughout his career. Not by this margin, but by a spread of about 9 or 10 points.
Because he's always right around 92, 93% knuckleball.
Yep.
Obviously falls behind. He'll throw that little fastball and try to surprise a hitter to get back into a count. And that's the whole key. These Rays hitters, and they've actually hit him well last couple of starts he's made against the Rays.
That's a shot to first, and a great play by Gonzalez. Wakefield off the mound to cover, and that is a great play by Gonzalez back of first base.
Well, you talk about an all-around player. He can do it with the stick, hits the ball all over the place, but then with the glove. Watch this. This ball hit hard by Zobrist. One step and a dive. Nice play, and how about the quick feed to Wakefield.
I'll say this about Gonzalez. As soon as you think he might be the best hitter in baseball, he shows you that he might be the best first baseman in baseball with a play like that.
Has yet to make an error this year. 574 total chances. Tremendous glove. Good range to both sides. He throws the ball well.
We got a chance to see him in interleague play. That was one of the few good things about interleague play when he was in San Diego, is that we got a chance to see him. And this guy really has a great approach to the game, hitting and playing defense, as we just saw. Matt Joyce takes the first pitch, a knuckleball for a strike. One and one. Swings through that one. 1 and 2. You're just swatting at pitches sometimes up there against the knuckleball.
Let's take a quick look at the Red Sox defense. Left to right in the outfield, Carl Crawford, Jacoby Ellsbury, and J.D. Drew. Across the infield, third to first, Kevin Youkilis, Marco Scudero, Dustin Pedroia, and Adrian Gonzalez. Jared Saltalamacchia gets the call behind the plate.
Ground ball back to the hill, grabbed by Wakefield. And the toss to first. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. We're headed into the second. No score.
How about that? First big spot of the game against none other than Carl Crawford. He goes cutter, fastball in, and then changeup. That's what he wanted to do that entire at-bat, was pound Carl early in, then give him that good changeup, and he got the rollover ground ball.
Saltalamacchia, switch hitting catcher, and the first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Rays had the shift on for Saltalamacchia. 2 quick strikes now. Get him out in front. Longoria, the only man on the left side of the infield. And he's out on strikes. Well, got ahead of him. Struck him out with a changeup. Second strikeout for Shields.
Tremendous sequence by James Shields. Fastball away, changeup down for strike 2, and then said, how far down are you willing to go? That one bounces. He picks up strike 3, making quick work of Saltalamacchia.
And J.D. Drew. The first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Shields made 23 pitches in the first inning, leaving the bases loaded. Chopper over the mound and right out to Brignac by the bag at second. And Drew is out of there. Ball not hit overly hard. And by the time Brignac got the ball over there, Drew made a little play out of that.
Yeah, a little bit closer than you would like. Reed took his time fielding that ground ball. Still was able to get it over there and get the out, but a little closer than you might like here on that Rays bench.
2 outs, and here's the shortstop, Marco Scutaro. Scutaro spent some time on the disabled list going on about the first week of May. 1 strike to count to him. Ground ball, second base. Zobrist with the pickup and the throw, and it's a 1-2-3 second. Rays coming in to head in the bottom of the inning, scoreless. Against Wakefield will lead off the bottom of the second. And the first pitch floats in there. That knuckleball, strike 1. Evan 6 of 13 with a home run against Wakefield. And there's a liner into left, but Crawford is there backing up to the track. One away. Let's check in with Todd Callis. Todd?
Yeah, kind of fitting. Carl Crawford making that play. We're used to seeing that in a Rays uniform. Been a pretty emotional day for him, even though he's said he's always been excited about this day, getting ready for the Rays. It was weird for him to walk in. Sat down with us for an interview, met with the general media in a press conference style for 15 minutes after that. His first ovation getting called to the plate. The entire third base side was Red Sox and Rays mix, and the entire first base side was Rays season ticket holders. They were all standing. Upper deck, a lot of people standing as well. So good to see the standing ovation. Then when he came out to the field, a few people were standing and cheering for him as he took the field and then as he made the first catch. So he was looking forward to this day, and I think he's pretty happy to get his feet wet here with a couple of plays. Guys, back to you.
All right, Casey Kotzman up here with a count of 1-1. Carl arrived at the ballpark today and did stick his head into the Rays clubhouse to say hello to some folks, some of the staff in there as well. Fly ball short left. Crawford coming in but can't get there. A base hit, and Kotzman is aboard. So Casey Kotzman picks up the first hit of the night for the Rays. One out single here in the second. By the way, in tonight's game, we're again participating in the home run challenge. Tonight, every home run in this game raises $17,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE or go online to pcf.org. B.J. Upton. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. The knuckleball by Wakefield, typically in the mid-60s. Ground ball, shortstop, Scudero, Pedroia 1, first base 2, 6-4-3 on the double play, and we're through 2. Ball game heads to the third. First game of this 3-game series between the Rays and the Red Sox. We have no score.
Get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store. And speaking about those St. Petersburg Times, what about the well-deserved shout-out to our man Todd Callis?
Yeah,
Monday's edition.
Yeah, right there.
Nice, a lot of love.
I think it was above the fold, too. Here's Ellsbury, and he hits a line drive past Zobrist into right center. Joyce returns it to the infield. So Ellsbury extends his hitting streak to 11. Swinging early in the count. Look at some of these numbers for the Red Sox. 9-0, hitting .329 and averaging VA over 9 runs a game.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. What the streak that they've been on, they've scored 8 or more runs 6 times during that streak. And just look at the on base, over 400.
Pedroia takes the pitch in there for a strike, a changeup to start, and there's Terry Francona, Boston manager.
That lineup right now performing like you would have hoped for if you were a Boston fan going into the season. The addition of Carl Crawford, Adrian Gonzalez.
Fly ball to right. Matt Joyce backing up a few steps. He makes the catch. That'll be the first out. Well, after that start, the Red Sox lost 7 of their first 9. The Rays lost 8 of their first 9. But since then, it's been quite a turnaround.
On April 15th, they were 2-10.
Yep.
Since then, 37-16. They went from, you see right there.
Well, you see where they were April 10th. Look at that, 2-7 and 1-8. Right now, Boston leading the East and the Rays running third.
And it was just a complete turnaround, too. Boston was scoring less than 4 runs a game and giving up about 6.5. And since that time, you flip it right around. They've been scoring just under 6 a game and giving up less than 4. But they've been doing that for a whole lot longer, a couple of months now.
Strike 2 to Gonzalez. Nothing in 2. Yeah, the Red Sox now have the best record in the American League. Second in the major leagues, only to Philadelphia. The Phillies are 40-26. One ball, 2 strikes. So the Red Sox hold a 2.5 game lead on New York and 4.5 up on the Rays. Yeah, they outscored Toronto in that 3-game series. They had a plus 29 in the run column.
When you look at that, you think misprint. 16-14 the last 2 games, and that was coming off of a sweep of New York up in New York, where it didn't look like New York had a chance in any of those 3 games.
Yeah, they're on a 9-game road trip, and they've swept the Yankees and the Blue Jays coming in here. Line drive into center. That's a base hit. Down to second goes Ellsbury. Gonzalez 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, where do you pitch him? First at bat, cutter in. He pulls the hands inside, hits a rocket by Kochman.
That's the impressive thing about this guy, BA. I think I'm not sure there is a place to pitch him. He takes control of an at bat like no other hitter we've seen.
I would agree. And what makes him dangerous, not only the fact that he'll hit the ball to all fields, but he's got tremendous discipline and plate coverage.
Yep.
He can get to that ball down and away. So there's really no safe place to go. You've really just got to mix up the pitches. Some odd sequencing.
There's Kevin Youkilis. His pitch is down. You know, some hitters will give you that pitch.
Yes.
Look, you make that pitch down and away, I'll tip my cap and see you later. But this guy, not only will he hit that pitch, but a borderline pitch, he will not allow an umpire to take charge of his at bat.
Well, now he's got the reputation.
There's a strike. If there's a pitch that's borderline, he's going to defeat that pitch until he finds a pitch that he likes.
Yeah, and
he'll foul it off.
He'll foul it off, but then it also becomes kind of like Tony Gwynn, where if there was a borderline pitch that Tony Gwynn would take, well, the umpire called it a ball, because if it was a strike, Tony would have swung at it.
No. 1-2. The top of the third. We had a quick second inning. Shields made just 7 pitches in the second, and so did Wakefield. Took all of 8 minutes to complete the top and bottom of the second inning. We're in the third now. close, a little low. Euclid laid off the changeup that time.
Well, the last couple of Shields has thrown, Euclid has missed by about a combined 2 feet.
I tell you, that Foxtrack like that pitch as well. Foul back, out of play. How about David Rackley is calling the balls and strikes. He's not a full-time major league umpire. He spends time in the minor leagues and then comes up kind of a spot start, if you will. 29 years old, and he gets the plate here in the opening game of this series. And not only does he have the two teams here battling for the AL East division, but he also has to handle the knuckleball back there. And he's got Shields, who has that great changeup. And so it's a challenge for Rackley behind the plate. Three and two. Ground ball, shortstop. Brignac back to second one. First base, double play. 6-4-3. Bragnac's overs to Kochman. Boston out of there. A couple of hits and a man left. No runs. So we go to the home half of inning 3. No score. Field in the bottom of the third with John Jaso in the batter's box. The first pitch floats up there too high. 1-0. Jaso, Ruggiano, and then Brignac. One ball, one strike. Jaso over 300 on the extended road trip at 304. 2-1, 235 overall for the year. Shoots it on the ground to Scudero. It's short. One away.
Let's take a look at that double play that the Rays turned to get out of that tough situation here in the top of the third. Reed Brignac charging this ball, but what made it impressive was how quickly he got the ball to Ben Zobrist. Instead of fluttering that pitch over to Ben Zobrist, he really shovels it with some speed on it. So this play can be turned with time to spare. Euclid's hustling down the line. That ball wasn't hit that hard. You see a lot of shortstops kind of flutter the ball on the turn, but he shoveled it, put a little steam on it. The Rays turned that double play. That's good court awareness there by Reed Brignac.
Make a nice firm pass. Pop up. It's foul and will carry out a play. 0-2.
Those are the things that you got to be aware of when you're out in the field. You know, who's running, what you're going to have to do to get out of a situation.
Look at this. Look at the movement on this knuckleball. I mean, good luck.
Yeah, and even that doesn't do it justice.
You know, I think it was Charlie Lau, you know, the hitting guru, who was in some measure responsible for George Brett, other hitters. He said there are two theories on hitting the knuckleball. Unfortunately, neither one of them worked. Tell you, and here's why neither one of them works right here. Take a look at that. Where's that going?
Well, I think that's why, and you watch the pregame show, you saw Orestes Destrada talk about it. You know, to see it high, let it fly, see it low, let it go. Because if the ball comes out of his hand and it's already down, it's low, guess what? Gravity's going to take over, and that thing's going to bottom out. So as a hitter, you want to lay off that. You'd like to get the one that he starts up around the letters, kind of flutters around, and hopefully meet it as it drops down into the thigh area.
3-2, and a soft liner punched into center field, and Ruggiano continues to gather his hits. One out single by Justin.
Now he's been very hot the last week or so, and his ball kind of gets in on him, but you take your hits how you can get them. It's fastball, kind of runs in. Not very often a big league hitter will get jammed by an 80-mile-an-hour fastball.
Only after seeing a 66-mile-per-hour knuckleball the entire at bat. So Ruggiano's aboard. Reed Brignac. He pops it up. Third base side. Euclid makes the catch. 2 gone. Good Johnny Damon up there in this scoreless game in the bottom half of the third inning. First, Ruggiano back in. Texas playing at New York against the Yankees. That game had been delayed because of weather, but they're now underway. Nothing doing there. Ball 1. Yankees, by the way, put Derek Jeter on the disabled list. First time in 8 years that he's gone on the DL with the strained calf.
You know he didn't go quietly.
Line shot up the right field side, back toward the corner. Off the wall. Drew plays the carom. Over to third goes Ruggiano on the 2-base hit by Johnny Damon. And with 2 outs, the Rays have 2 men in scoring position. Damon safely now in 39 consecutive games.
Now this knuckleball really doesn't do a whole lot. Johnny Damon is right on it. A little bit more air underneath it. That ball's a home run. Instead, it comes off hard enough that J.D. Drew, you see Ruggiano with 2 outs, he's going, but that ball came off the wall hard to J.D. Drew, and he got it in quickly, keeping Ruggiano at third.
12th double of the year for Damon, and here's Zobrist. And takes it for a ball. Ben made a bid for an extra base hit in the first and had it taken away from him by Adrian Gonzalez. There's a strike. And now 1 of 11 against Wakefield. The Rays have their first scoring opportunity. And a high fly ball down the right side, going to be foul and will be out of play. Wakefield, 44 years old. And look at this. The all-time games pitched list, 573, trailing only Bob Stanley for the all-time Red Sox appearances. Stanley was 637. 2-2 now.
And he just keeps going. I mean, every year, just keeps showing up. He keeps pitching. I'm telling you, Dwayne. And at the end of the world, you're gonna be left with cockroaches and Tim Wakefield.
Ground ball to third. Euclid gloves it, flips it across the diamond, and the Rays are out in the third. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the fourth, scoreless. For our AT&T trivia question, presented by, of course, AT&T. Carl played in 1,235 career games for the Rays. That's a franchise record. Who ranked second in games played for the Rays? Pitch to David Ortiz. 4th inning underway, and the count is a ball and no strikes. It's a strike. 1-1. Ortiz walked to load the bases in the first. He'll be followed here by Crawford and then Saltalamacchia.
Boy, good curveball there by James Shields. If he can get that pitch working, go along with that fastball and changeup. A nice mix here against this Red Sox lineup.
Ortiz has been on a run. 2-2. 4 home runs in his last 6 games. Give him 17 for the year. Running 4th in the American League's home run derby. And lines this one right into the shift to Ben Zobrist, stationed in shallow right. So the shift cost him a hit there.
Well, that's exactly why the Rays run it like they do against David Ortiz. Right here, you've got Ben Zobrist out there in shallow right field. Cutter here, hit hard. Hardly had to move.
Here's Carl Crawford. Fouls it back, strike 1. Crawford retired on a changeup his first time. And is under this one, pops it up. Foul ball right side. Kochman is there and makes the catch. 2 gone. Pitch cutting in on Crawford and popped him up. That's Jared Saltalamacchia. Shields giving up a couple of walks. He's picked up 2 strikeouts and allowed 3 hits. Pitch a little bit high. Breaking ball. That's a strike call. Change up. That takes the count to 1-2. Shields used that pitch to his advantage against Saltalamacchia the first time around. This time it's low and taken for a ball. 2-2. Left side. Evan Longoria back toward the bag. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. Bottom of inning 4 coming. Boston nothing and the Rays nothing. Trivia question, looking for the answer. Carl Crawford holding the franchise record for career games with 1,235. Who ranks second? And that's Aubrey Huff at 799. Aubrey now in the National League with the San Francisco Giants, and BJ is now third. Toby Hall and Fred McGriff. Matt Joyce takes the knuckleball low. Joyce, Longoria, and Kochman. Anybody gets on, BJ would bat in this inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Matt started the night third in the league in hitting at 328. And lifts a pop fly, not too deep to center. Ellsbury makes the catch. one away in the game tonight and all season long. Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Now Evan Longoria. High as it crosses the plate. The ball, no strikes. High fly ball down the left field line. If it's fair, it's got a chance. That ball is foul. Longoria pulling it just foul down the left field line.
Just a little bit out in front of that offering by Wakefield. I thought off the bat this had a chance.
This one is low. 2-1. We noted the first time up for Evan. He's had some success against Wakefield. Just missed the home run on that long foul ball, and the count is now 3-1. And the pitch is low. So a walk, the first given by Wakefield tonight. Casey Kochman will be the hitter.
Now, this is what will be interesting to see as this game continues to move and get a little bit deeper into the game with no score. The Rays running game against Tim Wakefield, if they can get some base runners, because not only do you have a pitcher out there that's got a propensity to give up the stolen base, but Boston catchers have been taken advantage of all season long.
This pitch to Kochman is high. You know, the interesting thing about that, Wakefield has given up a lot of stolen bases, as you might expect throughout his career. 438 to be exact. Only 2 steals this year. I saw one caught stealing.
I saw that and couldn't hardly believe it. If for no other reason, I don't care if he sped up his delivery to the plate or what adjustments that he's made, but only because when you run on the knuckleball, first of all, you got a pitch that you said, 65, 70 mile an hour to the plate, but it's not an easy pitch for a catcher to handle coming out of his crouch, trying to make a clean transition and the throw down to second. Ball's dancing around.
Little looper back at third. That's going to be foul. Yeah, I mean, it's tough enough to catch it.
That's
Bob
right.
Uecker used to say the best way to catch a knuckleball is to, when it stops rolling, pick it up. And then you've got all different formulations of mitts. Salter Lamakia has one that resembles a first baseman's mitt. In fact, Victor Martinez used to catch Wakefield with a first baseman's mitt. Years ago, Paul Richards engineered an oversized mitt to catch the knuckleball. In the Hoyt Wilhelm days, pop-up foul. And Gonzalez takes care of that, 2 outs. So if you catch it, you may have a mitt that's unlike any other to try to make the quick exchange.
And think about coming out of that crouch. As you see the runner stealing the bag, a catcher will start to come out of that crouch and be moving as he's catching the ball to then make the transition and throw. Well, now all of a sudden you're moving, the ball's knuckling. You may have to end up reaching for it, and once you do that, you're not going to be able to get the ball out in any kind of rhythm and throw to second base. Coming out of that crouch so quick. You talk about, a fastball that's up and away where you're like, well, he got a good pitch to handle, made the throw to second base. No knuckleball is a good pitch to handle when a guy's stealing the base.
That's right. 1-0 the count to B.J. Upton. And he pops it up. Another one for Adrian Gonzalez in foul ground. So the Rays get the walk, leave a man. We head into the 5th. No score.
Camp Hopataki. You see them all around here. And guys, what it is a great partnership. Tampa General Hospital and the Tampa firefighters as well. Local 754. We have Jerry Spidell with us here. She coordinates everything. She's the Hopataki. And then we have Lieutenant Jeremy Finney from the Tampa Fire Rescue. We have Leah Kolker along. She is one of the keepers here at Camp Hopataki. And here's the deal. All year long, they raise money, fundraisers, to allow 1 week where burn victims can get together, share experiences, hang out, go to the Rays game. They went to the bowl today. Tomorrow they're going to Adventure Island. They've got Busch Gardens on the schedule. They've got the beach on the schedule. And here they all are. If you want more information, it's a great cause. TGH.org. That's Tampa General Hospital. TGH.org/burn or TampaFirefighters.com. And everybody, you can wave goodbye as we have a leadoff base hit here in the 5th inning. A great partnership between Tampa General Hospital and the Tampa Firefighters. Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. J.D. Drew drilling a line drive into center field off that 2-0 pitch. Picks up the 4th Boston hit of the game. Marco Scutaro, the shortstop, and number 9 hitter is in there now. Fly ball. Right back into center. Upton makes the catch. Drew heads back to first. Shields had made 57 pitches through the first 4. Wakefield 56. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th inning.
Both pitchers very efficient. James Shields has been doing that all year. It's funny to see his kind of strikeout numbers coming into the ball game. He had 93 strikeouts and 94 2/3. And was doing it by averaging less than 14.5 pitches per inning. It's amazing.
Jacoby Ellsbury. And a strike. Yeah, that means he's not walking many people and not running a lot of deep counts despite the strikeout. And it's allowed him to complete 3 games this year.
Yep.
Which is good enough to lead the league right now. Ground ball off the glove of Shields to Brignac. He picks it up, fires to first, and gets the double play. That's a 1-6-3. Brignac took care of the carom, picked it up, stepped on the bag at second, and fired to first. The Rays turned their second double play of the ball game.
Glances off the glove.
It's a scoreless game. Boston with 4 hits, the Rays with 3, and John Jaso leads off against Tim Wakefield. And there's a strike, that knuckleball popping away from Saltalamacchia. 1. See the way Saltalamacchia caught that one. You're not sure where it's going to go, and every once in a while you make a jabbing attempt to catch it, as he did on that one. Foul back, going to be out of play. It's an unpredictable pitch. It's a great friend to managers to have a knuckleball pitcher because they can eat up a lot of innings, and at the same time a knuckleballer will keep a manager often on the edge of his seat.
How about that one right there? That one went 2 or 3 different ways before it landed in the glove of Saltalamacchia. And by the way, how do you coach? How do you watch this thing? Okay, this way. Oh, no.
A fly ball headed towards center. Ellsbury cutting over, though, and he runs it down. Well, I'm not sure you do. You know, Charlie Huff said that it took him 1 day to learn the pitch, and the rest of his career to figure out how to throw strikes with it. And there's a strong element of truth in that. You got a pitcher, you send him to the mound and let him go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a night off for the pitching coach, the manager. I'm not sure that the pitcher himself, Tim Wakefield, Charlie, I don't know if they can self-coach. I'm sure there's something to it.
Ruggiano hits a high fly ball deep to left, back toward the corner. Crawford runs out of room. It's gone. Home run for Justin Ruggiano. He hits a knuckleball out. Ruggiano gives the Rays a 1-0 lead. Ruggiano had singled in the 3rd on a fastball. Hit a knuckleball out here in the 5th inning. And another $17,000 in the home run challenge. To donate, call 800-798-CURE or visit PCF.org.
Justin Ruggiano continues his hot hitting. Doesn't matter. Fastball, curveball, knuckleball. Good swing on that one. It stayed up. He kept it just inside the foul pole, and Carl Crawford runs out of room. Much to the dismay of that man.
Brignac takes the pitch down. It's the 8th home run given up by Wakefield. And the Rays had hit a couple down that line, including Longoria with a shot in the 4th inning, but it was foul. This time, Ruggiano kept it fair. Hit it well beyond that low wall. You saw Crawford get over there, and if it's not well beyond the wall, he's got a chance to catch it. But no chance that time.
No, and he kind of ran into that low wall. Not sure exactly where he was.
It's upstairs. It's 3-1. Ground ball, that's foul. Outside the bag. Here's the home run off the bat of Ruggiano. Crawford dropped his shoulder into that low wall.
Surprised it's still standing.
Well, the Rays take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And another foul ball. You know, the knuckleball, the history of the knuckleball is pretty fascinating, and I know you'll be happy to know, BA, that there are a couple of guys in the 1800s who nobody really knows, I think, definitively who invented the knuckleball. And there is ball 4. But a couple of guys.
Before you go any further with this story, I want to light our little campfire over here so I can sit cross-legged and you can tell old stories.
Well, I know you're a fan of nicknames.
Love them.
And there was a guy in the 1880s by the name of Toad Ramsey, who at one point was the guy who they thought invented the knuckleball, and of course old House Radbourne, another one in the 1800s, but they actually threw it with their knuckles. You know, if you look at Wakefield, it's with the fingertips and sometimes with the fingernails involved. Over to first, and Brignac is back in there. And it wasn't until the early 1900s that Ed Summers of Pittsburgh started to use his fingertips to throw the knuckleball.
Well, I think Cockroach Wakefield has a pretty good one myself.
1-0 the count. For a while, Eddie Seacott, who was infamous because of the Black Sox scandal. The White Sox throwing the 1919 World Series down to first, pick up by Gonzalez, and the throw back, the return throw. Nobody home over there at first. Wakefield couldn't get over in time, so Brignac is forced. Gonzalez to Scudero, and Damon reaches.
Well, this is why Gonzalez comes off first, throws his ball on the run. He's got no chance to get back. It's up to Wakefield to get there, and never quite does. Boy, it's a smooth pickup here by Gonzalez and a nice feed. Look at that. Scudero trying to lead the old tight end through behind him.
That's why he chose baseball. So Damon's at first on a fielder's choice. Brignac forced at second. 2 outs, and here is Ben Zobrist. Raised with a run home. The pitch is a strike, so the knuckleball really should be called a fingertip ball, a nail ball maybe. Because it evolved from actually being thrown using the knuckles to the fingertips. Ground ball, chopped foul. 2 strikes. Wakefield would probably prefer fingertips as opposed to cockroach as a nickname, don't you think?
I would imagine. I would imagine.
Well, that knuckleball was an enabler of survival, and Wakefield has made it a very good career. And a soft liner caught by Pedroia. That line drive almost ran out of gas before Pedroia could catch it. The Rays take the lead as Justin Ruziano hits a knuckleball out of here down the left field line. Through 5, 1-0 Tampa Bay. Brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. 2 games left with Boston on this stand, and then the Marlins are in for the weekend. Hellickson at Beckett tomorrow, and Price and Buchholz on Thursday. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color.
How about that, Dwayne? We're home for 5 more days. awesome.
Home. Wow, what is that?
Yeah, it's another stop on our next road trip. That's what it is.
Here's Dustin Pedroia. Boy, it seems as if the Rays have been on the road the entire first half. And that's been good for them. They've gone 21-15 on the road. First pitch, Pedroia takes it for a strike, and that's something that Shields is doing a lot of after that first inning when he made 23 pitches, 11 strikes and 12 non-strikes. A fly ball into left center field. Ruggiano will go back on the track, and he makes a leaping grab. Ruggiano with a little leap at the end, a little added extension. One away.
Shields goes with the back-to-back curveball. Pedroia puts a charge into it. And Justin Ruggiano takes a nice route, times it up, watches it all the way in, makes a nice catch. Look at the eyes right on the ball. Follow it to where it heads into the glove. That's a big first out here in the 6th inning.
Adrian Gonzalez. Pitch is a strike. Well, we've already seen not only Gonzalez at the plate, 2 for 2. Gonzalez has contributed with that great defense back through the middle, and it's going to get past both Shields and Zobrist. And Gonzalez is 3 for 3. Well, I tell you, he's hit the ball sharply enough to thread it through the infield a couple times. And Brignac a little shaken up. Brignac down on one knee and now finally back up.
No trainers headed out yet. Maybe just a little foggy.
This one by the mound and through second base.
Well, he landed right on his belly.
Yeah, that's a no wheels down landing right there for Brignac. It's Kevin Euclid. Punch a little bit outside. 1-0. But Shields responded from those 12 non-strike pitches in the first, and then over the next 4 innings had just 11 pitches out of the strike zone combined in those 4 innings.
Well, he went right to attack in this lineup, which is, you know what, I think that's your best chance against them. I mean, they're a very good hitting lineup, but you've got the stuff with James Shields. You've got to attack the strike zone.
Down to third, Longoria to second, Zobrist to first. 5-4-3 on the double play. Second time Euclid has grounded into a double play, and the third double play of the night turned by the Rays. Here it is, around the horn. Bottom of the 6th coming, 1-0 Rays.
six-pack offer just for you. The Rays Summer Select six-pack enables you to choose your games in June, July, and August and starts at just $48. Visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS today.
Here is Matt Joyce sending one deep to right field. All the way to the track goes Drew, and he makes the catch. So a long drive off that first pitch knuckleball in the bottom of the sixth. Joyce sent it to the track for out number one.
There's a floater. Matt Joyce puts a good swing on it, doesn't quite get all of it, and Drew's able to track it down.
Now Evan Longoria. Knuckleball floats in for a strike. A Toad Ramsey update, by the way. All we have to do is open the subject, and our statistician Rick Odioso is able to contribute more in-depth information about these topics. There's a long shot down the line. Will this one be fair? It is foul. Boy, that's twice now. Longoria has made a bid for a home run, and that one just foul. A long shot and just barely foul.
Again, a little bit too quick on the trigger. This ball's running in a little bit on him. You see just how close. Goodness.
I'll tell you, that was close, and Crawford stood his ground and then signaled foul.
Trying to help out.
Yeah. Slow it away, 2-2. He checked in time. Yeah, Rick contributes that back in the 1880s, Toad Ramsey was a bricklayer by trade and severed a tendon in his index finger and couldn't straighten it out, and therefore the knuckleball was developed. Good pitch inside. That 3-2. How about that?
Well, that
necessity.
Right, yeah, and that has taken the lead as my favorite nickname. Yep. Toad Ramsey and that story.
Okay.
I mean, it's a long season. Right now, we've got a leader in the club.
Probably be more before it's over. Ball four. Walk number 3 given up by Wakefield. The second time Evan has drawn the walk. So runner goes to first with one out. Start your weekend at Friday Fest, presented by Captain Morgan. Friday, the Rays take on the Florida Marlins. First 10,000 fans receive the Johnny Damon collectible T-shirt, presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Here's Kochman. The pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Count. And a strike. 1-1. Off the mitt. And down to second base goes Longoria. Well, you can usually count on at least one of those during a knuckleballer's performance.
You can see the eyes through the mask of Saltalamacchia, not watching that ball all the way into the glove. He gets the pass ball.
The pitch is up. You can see the glove. He's trying to receive that ball.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, they'll tell you to do that. It's hard to snatch that ball out of the air with it flittering all about. And ball 4. Back-to-back walks now. 2 men on with 1 out. It's going to get B.J. Upton to the plate. B.J. tonight is 0 for 2. He does have a home run lifetime against Wakefield. one of the 7 hits he's collected off him. But 0 for 2 tonight. Rays have a run, 4 hits. Boston no runs, 5 hits. And a strike call. In there. 2.
That might have been the nastiest knuckler of the night in the strike zone. That ball really bottomed out.
And a chopper, shortstop, Scudero, Pedroia 1. That's the only one they're going to get this time. So a fielder's choice. Upton aboard at first with 2 gone. First and third now for the Rays.
And that was a close play right there with Pedroia hopping there at second base, close to coming off the bag before he actually had possession of the pitch there by Scudero. Watch how quickly Pedroia gets off the bag here. That ball goes into the glove. That's close.
Here's John Jaso. Jay back in at first. Pitch away. 1-0. Couple of walks, and the Rays had men on the corners with 2 outs. Upton being held at first by Gonzalez. Toss over there. Wakefield gave up 24 stolen bases last year, with 5 runners caught attempting to steal. 2 steals this year with 1 caught stealing. And over to first on the fake to third, and then the throw to first, and BJ's back. BJ with his 14 steals, 6th in the American League in stolen bases. This one gets away. Down the line from third comes Longoria. The Rays get their 2nd run of the night. Avenue and Walk with 1 out comes in to score. Upton moves into second base on the pass ball.
Now once again, ball fluttering. Takes off down and away. Let's take a look at Evan Longoria reading this ball on the way in. Immediately take that chance there. Try to double that lead up to 2. Makes it easily.
2-0 the count to John Jaso, down and in. And Saltalamacchia comes up with that. 3 balls, no strikes. So a couple pass balls charged to Saltalamacchia in this inning. 6 on the year charged to the young catcher. That goes with the territory, trying to catch a knuckleball. And a soft one-hopper up the middle. Scudero with the throw to first to Gonzalez, and that retires the side. Rays come up with another run. We're through 6, 2-0 Tampa Bay. Parents and kids, be sure and check out the Reading with the Rays insert in the St. Petersburg Times or the TBT. That'll be on June 17th, where you can find out how you can read your way to the ballpark this summer. James Shields with a 2-run lead. A run unearned in the bottom of the 6th, but it's a big one for the Rays. 69 pitches through 6 innings for Shields. And now David Ortiz. Crawford to follow, and then Saltalamacchia. Chopper to first. Kochman has it. He'll make the play by himself. 1 out. Brings up Carl Crawford. Crawford with a ground out and a pop foul to first. The first pitch is a fastball. There's a strike. Take a look at the Toyota trend. Carl in April 155, and in May and June 304 and 302 respectively. Checked on the pitch down. Count is now 1-1. Crawford lifts it foul. Out of play. Crawford has hit in 6 different spots in their lineup. He's hit first, second, third, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And really has been in the number 8 spot more than any other place in their lineup. Fouls this one back. 6th tonight. It's foul. Look out. Saltalamacchia had to do a little dance to get out of the way of that one as he stood in the on-deck circle.
Oh, that ball was moving away from Carl, and he reached out there way across the plate.
And a foul ball. And a little bit of John Jaso there. Yeah, Saltalamacchia is trying to catch knuckleballs and trying to dodge foul balls, but he's in the on-deck circle. It's a hectic last 20 minutes or so for him. 2-2. Yankees have a 6-0 lead at home in the top of the 3rd on Texas. 6 runs in the bottom of the 2nd for New York. Crawford battling Shields. Shields made only 6 pitches in the 5th and only 6 in the 6th. He made more than that in this one at bat to Crawford. There's another foul ball. He's up to 9 pitches in this at bat.
Well, 3rd time Carl Crawford now has faced James Shields, has a better idea what those pitchers are doing. You can see he's been very aggressive this at bat, swinging just about everything.
All the spots Crawford has hit in this year in the lineup, 6th has been the most successful for him, hitting .352 out of the 6th spot. He lines this one foul beyond the bullpen. First out recorded on 1 pitch. Now a 10-pitch at bat by Crawford. Another foul ball. Just a little piece of the changeup. For Crawford.
That was the only pitch that he hadn't thrown him. You get up 11-12. Hey, how about this? He hasn't seen it yet. Comes with that backdoor cutter, keeps it down below the zone. See the movement ever so slight. He gets the swing and a miss.
And there's Saltalamacchia, who struck out and popped out. And this is a breaking ball, strike 1.
We've talked often about the first pitch curveball. If you can drop it in there for a called strike, well, that's what happens when a hitter goes up there and swings at a first pitch curveball. Very awkward.
Back with another one.
And James Shields says, if you want to take that kind of a swing off my first, how about another one? And I drop it down a little bit further. He's had excellent command of his off speed. When he gets a strike with it, taking it a little bit lower and see how far the hitter is willing to chase.
We saw him do that with the changeup on Saltalamacchia in the 2nd inning, and he strikes him out with a changeup right here. 1, 2, 3. Go the Boston Red Sox, and we head into the home half of inning 7. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. Seven innings, allowing no runs on just 5 hits. He got a home run from Justin Ruggiano on a knuckleball in the 5th inning, and another run in the 6th when Longoria walked and eventually scored on a pass ball. It's 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ruggiano takes a big cut at a knuckleball there. He was thinking about another home run. One strike to count. Luciano singled in the third, homered in the fifth. And he takes strike 2, a knuckleball. Going outside. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Rays. No runs, 5 hits for Boston. 2-2. Luciano had a good road trip. Good trip at the plate. A couple of outstanding defensive plays. Pops that one foul. That's going to carry out a play. He brought back a potential home run in Baltimore, reaching over the left field fence to help J.P. Howell out. Down the left field line, and that ball is going to be foul. Home run distance, but foul is the story on that catch. Luciano out of Texas A&M and JP out of Texas. So Luciano is trying to get JP to go to the mound in one of his next performances, the tune of the Aggie fight song. It takes some real soul searching on the part of a Texas Longhorn to do that, and the fact that JP would even consider it, I thought was a sign of great friendship and comradeship to another teammate.
And he can't let it happen.
Swing and a miss. Ruggiano out on strikes. That is out number 1.
Now, unless you're watching a Little League game, very rarely are you going to say he was blown away by a 74-mile-an-hour fastball. But that's exactly what happened here. He was all over that knuckleball. So Wakefield comes here with the heater up in the zone and gets the chase. Yeah, 74, that was by him.
Well, he had the knuckleball time. And you're going to see that 90% of the time. The foul ball by Brignac. That's the first strikeout, by the way, by Wakefield tonight. Wakefield, not that it really matters, he's up over 100 pitches. He's ahead of Brignac, 0-2. Red Sox have a lefty and a righty throwing in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sevy is the right-hander. Halaby the lefter. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is down and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Two is foul back. That's out of play. One out. Rays hitting in the bottom of the 7th, holding the lead. This will be the 110th pitch of the night for Wakefield, and with it he walks Brignac.
Well, for all the latest news, in-depth investigative reporting, and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. Home delivery, you can call 887-THE TIMES.
Well, Johnny Damon about to step in. Damon doubled back in the 3rd. And He swings over this one. That's a strike. Couple of things on that double. Number one, it tied him with Rusty Staub for 53rd on the all-time doubles list. And it puts him just one double away from joining a rather select group of hitters all time in this game. That's a foul ball just outside first base. He's now one double away from becoming the 11th player of all time to collect 500 doubles, 100 triples, 200 home runs, and 2,500 hits. 10 have done that. They're all in the Hall of Fame. Names like Babe Ruth and Stan Musial, Robin Yount, Willie Mays, Rogers Hornsby. There's a shot, foul. I mean, that's an impressive list just to get started. And Johnny Damon is one double away from that accomplishment. And I think of all the things that he's done individually in this game, that has to stand out more than anything else to join that select group. This one skips past Saltalamacchia, and down to second goes Brignac.
Now this one not the fault of Saltalamacchia. This is just knuckler working its way down and into Johnny Damon, into the dirt. Tough pitch to handle, but you're right, Dwayne. You start thinking about those names. Baseball history. Some of the greats.
George Brett is on that list. Just popped up. Foul ball. Gonzalez is there. 2 outs in the 7th. That'll be Ben Zobrist. Ben 0 for 3. He was denied a double his first time up when Gonzalez made the great stop on a ball sharply hit back of first. Pitch is high to Zobrist. Ball, no strikes. Rays trying to add to their lead. And a long foul ball up the right side. It's out of play. Ground ball, back of first, foul. Count is 1-2. Same two teams tomorrow night. Jeremy Hellickson against Josh Beckett. Will be another great pitching matchup. Be with you tomorrow at 6:30 on Sun Sports. And again on Thursday, same time on Sun Sports. David Price against Clay Buchholz in that matchup. Zobrist out on strikes. 7th inning is over. Rays leave a man. We go to the 8th. 2-0 Tampa Bay. Buddy's Home Furnishings with lease purchase programs or up to 6 months, same as cash on furniture, TVs, appliances, and more. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. Rays lead 2-0, opening a 6-game homestand tonight with Boston in. Beautiful Tampa Bay region. How about that? The Stanley Cup was here. There's a bouncing ball foul.
Optimistic Boston fan.
Drew, Scudero, and Ellsbury. There's a better look. They've modernized the look. Low liner caught by Zobrist.
I want to know how you get that thing in here. And don't tell me that it came in and then he blew it up during the game.
Well, maybe that's something we should have Todd check on. Todd, how you doing?
I'm good. I have no idea. I got nothing for you there. I don't even know where it is. Once I find it, I'll try and get a report on that. We do have a report on Jeff Neiman. I believe that's what we're doing now, right? Okay, Jeff Neiman. Here's what he did, guys. First of all, the pitch to Marco Scudero. And it's a little bit low. Here we go. 5 1/3 innings. This is his last rehab start. 5 1/3 innings. Shutout baseball tonight. 3 hits, 3 walks, 92 pitches, 64 strikes. As long as everything feels good tomorrow, they could activate him as soon as the end of this homestand on Sunday, or maybe the first game on the road trip in Milwaukee on Monday. So that's some good news for the Rays. Jeff Neiman back soon. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, that's great news. Thanks for that update, Todd. 2-0 the count to Scudero. Ball 3 is down. Shields gave up 2 walks in the first. He walked Ellsbury to start the game. And in that inning, he walked David Ortiz to load the bases. But then he got Crawford to leave the bases loaded. And now he has walked Scudero on 4 pitches here with 1 out in the 8th inning.
Shields has been very good with the changeup, as always, moving the fastball around. He did a nice job after getting out of that bases loaded jam in the first inning of really attacking the strike zone and getting a lot of quick innings against this Boston lineup. And that's the way that you have to attack them. You know, so many pitchers go against this lineup when they start picking. Instead of pitching to the outer thirds or the outer half, they start going for the corners. They end up putting themselves behind 2-0, 3-1, and that's what'll get you hurt. James Shields has used his good stuff out over the plate. Had some easy innings.
Late in this game with 91 pitches, 1 out into the 8th inning.
Yep, there you go.
And there's J.P. Howell starting to get loose in the bullpen up the right field side. Jacoby Ellsbury is the hitter. He's walked and singled tonight, which is down. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play. One of 3 double plays the Rays have turned in this game. Down around his feet. Some cutting action down. 2-0.
You want to be careful here, too, and not just lay one in there, because Ellsbury can surprise you with some occasional power. He's got a very quick bat. The ball in the right spot for him, and he can put some juice into it.
There's a strike. Fastball. 2-1. Top of the 8th, 2-0. Rays lead. Pitch is high. A bluff by Scudero off first base. The count to Ellsbury is 3-1.
Well, you want to make a quality pitch here. The last thing you want to do is walk Ellsbury, give Boston 2 base runners without having to put the ball in play.
3-1 pitch. And a fly ball back into right field. Joyce will have room. Makes the catch just at the edge of the turf. Scudero remains at first. 2 outs. Well, the Rays counting outs and just missed this one.
Yes, he did. That's a 3-1 fastball that is center cut. Right down the middle, and Ellsbury just missed getting that one out of here.
2 gone, and the hitter is Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia 0 for 3 tonight, and Shields would, of course, like to continue that because this guy has not been an easy out for James Shields. 1-0. Pedroia came into this game 13 out of 30 with 2 home runs off Shields. Nothing out of 3 tonight. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Strikes. Well, we've got a close one here. 2-0 Rays. Kept an eye on that Texas-New York game. The Yankees took an early big lead in that one. And the Indians and the Tigers, Justin Verlander has a no-hitter going. That game's in the 8th inning with the Indians batting, trailing 4-0. Verlander already a no-hitter and flirting with another one. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shields now at 100 pitches. Scudero the runner. 2-2. He struck him out. Threw him a changeup. Pedroia strikes out to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Working together to end hunger through home runs from food. Each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $31,000 has been donated.
The Red Sox have made a call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Metro PCS as James Shields has given the Rays 8 innings tonight. Tim Wakefield departs after 7. Tommy Hotovy, the left-hander, is on to face Matt Joyce. Longoria and Kochman due to follow. And Hotovy had been up for the last couple of innings. They had the Sevies up first with him, and then Daniel Bard got up. And the Sevies is back up again. Matt Joyce facing the lefty. And Hotovy doesn't give you an early look at that pitch at all.
It comes from that odd angle, that borderline submarine, extreme sidearm. See how he drives that pitch, almost a little bit of crossfire all the way across to the outside corner. That pitch to Matt Joyce looks like it comes out of the hand behind you. You got to track it all the way across the plate. Not easy.
There's a soft fly ball, center field. That's going to fall in front of Ellsbury and kick away from him. Into second base goes Joyce, and he's safely in. A two-base hit for Matt Joyce. A soft fly ball that dropped in front of Ellsbury and then kicked away from him.
Well, a breaking ball here off the end of the bat, and that temporarily fooled Ellsbury. By the time he comes in, the ball takes a bounce off the shin. Matt Joyce sees right here, that ball kicks away. You got to go two.
16th double of the year for Joyce, his first hit tonight. The Rays now have 5 hits. Hotovy's 29 years old, getting his first big league time here. Longoria takes the pitch inside. Orlando Cabrera got a base hit, 1 out into the 8th inning for the Indians, and that breaks up Verlander's no-hit attempt. Sails high, breaking ball, 1-0. Ball at 87 away. Hotovy out of Wichita State. And a strike call. Longoria taking a step toward first, thinking the pitch might have been low.
Well, borderline here. Fastball down and away. And that's borderline.
Three and one now. And there's strike 2. 3-1 breaking ball.
Oh, this is a good pitch here by Hotovy. Look at the sweep on this.
So 3-2. Joyce at second, nobody out, bottom of the 8th. Evan bounces one foul. Evan's drawn a couple walks already tonight. Scored in the 6th inning. Aided on a couple of pass balls. 2-0 ball game. The Rays lead. A chance to perhaps add a run. And it hits Longoria. Well, they tried that breaking pitch again and hits him. When he threw it 3-1, he'll certainly throw it 3-2, and he hit him.
Watch this thing sweep and just take off in. Right on the knee.
I'll tell you, it's been that kind of year so far for Evan. Problem with his side. A little oblique to begin with, and then that fired up a little bit. He was hit with the bug a day or two on the road. Now hit by that pitch on the knee. Here's Casey Kochman. Casey turns away from the pitch as it stays in. 1 ball, no strikes. Kochman pretty good against lefties. He's made contact. He's been a very good contact guy. Honovy's going to get a visit. Reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today. The count here. Casey Kochman. It's in there for a strike. Fastball 85 to 87. Slider in the mid-70s.
Relies on deception. Deception and movement.
2-1. And there's a little base hit into left field. Joyce waved around third. He will score. Crawford stows to second. Into third goes Longoria. And the Rays have a 3-0 lead. Kochman drives in the run with an RBI single off the left-hander Honovy. I'll tell you, Kochman, his ability to put the bat on the ball has been uncanny.
Oh, he doesn't get all of this, but does enough. That ball off the label, just squirts it right into left field, drops it in there. Rays pick up a big insurance run there, running the lead to 3, still with runners on the corners.
Well, a pitching change coming here. Rays lead 3-0. Back in a moment.
nobody out. The 16 greatest moments in MLB All-Star Game history are going head-to-head to determine which is the most memorable of all time. Go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite midsummer classics. Tune in to the 2011 MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific here on Fox to find out who won.
Alfredo Aceves is the new pitcher for Boston. The Rays have men at first and third with nobody out. A run home to make it a 3-0 ball game. And Upton on to face Aceves. Longoria at third and Kochman at first. And the Red Sox pull the infield up. The pitch is fouled back, out of play, strike one. An opening fastball to DJ. DJ takes a look at Tom Foley. Rays scored a run in the fifth on the home run by Ruggiano, an unearned run in the sixth, and they have another run in the eighth. And a swing through that fastball. 0-2.
Aceves really let that one, let it go, running that up and away from Upton. Gets the swing underneath.
Takes the ball. 1-2. Yankees have opened a 9-2 lead as they bat in the bottom of the fourth inning, leading Texas. And a fly ball, short center. Ellsbury still coming, is there to make the catch, and the runners will have to remain at first and third. Ellsbury making the grab in shallow center field. One gone, and John Jaso will be the hitter. Jaso 0 for 3 tonight. Sox drop the middle infielders back to about double play depth here. First and third, one out. To first, nothing doing there, and they're trying to smoke something out there. There wasn't much of an opportunity to smoke it out.
No, this is
one little toss.
Yeah, this is the favorite situation. Joe Madden, Terry Francona knows that. First and third, one out. Safety squeeze.
And they wanted to pitch out, and the pitch came back toward the plate. Saltalamacchia was moving to catch the pitch out there, at least the pitch up and away. And it came back over the plate, but high. Take a look at this.
This was a strike. That's a strike right down the middle.
See what Fox Track thought about that.
See, how many times do we have to tell you when the catcher has to reach for it, you just don't get the call. There you go.
Wow. Yeah, it's hard to get that call. Catchers in the opposing opposite batter's box. Severs wants to talk with Saltalamacchia again. Well, there's some Confusion out there. They want to make sure that it's squared away.
Well, if Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters in a home game, take your ticket stub to any Canes Furniture store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, sign up at Canes Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Canes, quality's so good, it's guaranteed for life.
The pitch, a little broken bat looper. That's going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Longoria in to score, and the Rays pick up their 4th run. Jaso just enough to get it over Pedroia's head. Broke his bat, drives in the run. Rays with a 4-0 lead now.
Well, he saw Kochman flip one to left field, and Jaso gets eaten up by that pitch. Strong enough to get it just out of the reach of Dustin Pedroia. This ball gets way in on John Jaso. Good read by Longoria, and the Rays extend to 4.
It's Justin Ruggiano. 1 out, 2 men on. Ruggiano sends a high fly ball into center. Ellsbury to catch it. The tag. Kochman starts to go and stops, and Jaso comes all the way back, trying to get back to first, and he is out. Jaso had gone down too far and could not get back, and it's doubled off first base. Rays settle for 2 and lead 4-0. He's worked 8 innings of shutout baseball, allowing 5 hits. That changeup has been good again tonight.
Well, he got out of a couple early jams in the first inning, the third inning. After that, he just went right to work. Changeup has been very good. He's been attacking this Boston lineup with his good stuff, not giving them a chance to get real comfortable in the box. And so far, it's worked out famously. 8 innings shutout, just 5 hits, 3 walks.
3 complete games, leading the league in that department. 3 tough outs to get. Adrian Gonzalez will lead off, then Kevin Youkilis and David Ortiz. Red Sox have scored 3 or more runs in 17 of their last 18 games. Pitch is high. The only exception would be when Justin Verlander and Jose Valverde shut him out on the 29th of May. Pitch popped up right side, and Kochman takes charge and makes the catch. Kochman with that big first baseman's mitt came in and took charge, one away.
Yeah, that ball, you talk about a major league pop-up, that ball was skied way up into the dome here, the roof at Tropicana Field. But you're right, Casey Kochman came in there, made no bones about it. Shielded his eyes from the sun and put it away.
Justin Verlander has shut out Cleveland tonight, 4-0, a 2-hitter. He walked 1 and struck out 12. Here's Kevin Youkilis. And the first pitch to him is a strike. Youkilis has struck out and twice has grounded into a double play tonight. Pitch is outside. 1-1. It's in a bit. 2-1. Ground ball back to third, comes up on Longoria, throws from foul territory, one hops it in. He's out at first, but Kochman may have been spiked on that play. Kochman, who's got that bad ankle anyway, either he turned that ankle or Youkilis may have made contact with him. Fine play by Longoria.
Yeah, it was. Out of the glove, but he stays with it. Bare hands it, strong arm. Let's see where the foot was. See right here. Watch, the eyes never leave it. The bare hand knows he's got to get rid of it quick. That heals up. Wow, got him right in the back of the calf with the left foot. Coming by, going way inside there. That's a little close.
Yeah.
And you saw James Shields, after seeing if Casey Kochman was okay, started pointing over towards that Boston dugout, thinking maybe Kevin Youkilis strayed a little bit.
Ortiz takes another pitch for strike 2. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Bases empty in the ninth. 4-0 Rays. And a fly ball toward the line and left. Ruggiano back toward the corner. Rays win it. A complete game. 5-hit shutout for James Shields. And the Rays take the first game of this 3-game series. It's a 4-0 final tonight. Shields becomes the first Ray to throw 3 shutouts in a single season. He shut out the Toronto Blue Jays earlier this year up in Toronto on 95 pitches. A 4-hit shutout, 2-0. He shut out the Florida Marlins on the road on the 22nd of May. That was a 3-hitter and a 4-0 victory. This one a 4-0 victory and a 5-hitter. James Shields goes the distance to spend the shutout, and the Rays are winners tonight over Boston. 1-2-3 in the ninth. That final out. David Ortiz, it's a fly ball to left.
Make sure. There you go. What an outing.
Took 2 hours and 24 minutes to play this game. Shields got out of the bases loaded situation in the first inning. He walked 2 and gave up that base hit. But he got Carl Crawford to leave the bases loaded. He actually threw more non-strikes than strikes in the first inning. But boy, did he settle in after that. And goes the distance tonight. That's his 3rd shutout, his 4th complete game of the year. And for the Rays, this is the 7th shutout thrown by their pitching staff this year. Let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you. 4-0 final. James Shields, after that effort, tailing off a little bit. Shields, This is a Boston team that was averaging 10 runs a game on the road trip. What was making you have the success you did tonight? What was working?
No, I think tonight we made a bunch of good defensive plays. I mean, we had 3 clutch double plays today that was huge. I mean, it got me out of some jams that I got myself into. But this is a tough ball club over there. There's no doubt about it. But I knew coming into this homestand, we needed to start winning at home, and I knew how to pitch a good game tonight.
First inning, had a little trouble. First and third, 1 out. You get Euclid to strike out. Then your old teammate with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Did you feel like that was the key inning to get you back in the flow?
Yeah, anytime you get in a jam in the first inning, you want to get out of it with less damage. Maybe give up 1, maybe none. And striking out Euclid and getting Crawford right there was huge.
When you get ready for a game like this and a team's hitting that well, do you even look at the video or you try and stay away from that team?
No, I looked at some video. I looked at what pitches not to throw. So, no, I mean, like I said, they got 1 through 9. They're a solid team over there, and we're gonna compete against them every time we play them. So tonight was a good game.
One of the things you said in spring training and coming out of spring training, you wanted to take games deep. Here we are on June 14th. You had 3 shutouts already. Is this even beyond what you had thought coming out of spring training? It's amazing how well you've pitched in this first inning.
I've always known my capabilities as a pitcher. I want to be that workhorse. I want to be the guy that goes deep in ball games. And if I can throw 9 innings, that's great. We're off to a good start right now. We got a long season to go. Hopefully I can get some more.
This team had won 9 in a row, the Boston Red Sox. You guys start off this homestand with a victory tonight. Important coming off that long road trip. And I know you didn't necessarily stay with the team in Detroit, but important to kick that off with a big win.
Yeah, I think for as long as that road trip was, I think we did pretty good.
How is David Price? Shieldsy, we're going to let him dial off a little bit.
That tastes pretty good.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
That's the new stuff, right?
Yeah, I think it's like chocolate whipped cream or something.
I think they did a little swirl. It looks like some vanilla and some chocolate. Anyhow, to kick off this homestand and beat a team like Boston, obviously big for this squad.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's it's very important for our confidence here at home. We haven't been doing too well at home here, and like I said, that road trip was long. I think we did pretty well on the road trip for the most part. Especially coming back after that Seattle series. So, it's a good way to kick off the homestand.
I'll let you go enjoy it. By the way, 1994, the last time a pitcher's had 3 shutouts on this date in the American League. You joined David Cohn and Randy Johnson. Pretty good company, huh?
Yeah, there's some good company. I'm glad to be there.
Congratulations, James.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
James Shields, guys, with a 5-hit shutout. Back to you.
All right, Shields winning his 6th game. The Rays now 3-0 against the Red Sox this year after taking 2 from them at Fenway. Win tonight 4-0. We'll be back in just a moment.